Good afternoon, great people. This is PDA, and I'd like to welcome you to today's episode of the Common Sense from Proverbs series, episode 4. As you have known before now, we are dealing with scriptural proverbs and cultural proverbs alternatively. In our last episode, episode 3, we dealt with a scriptural proverb. But in today's episode, we are going to be dealing with a cultural proverb. And to do that, we are going into the great Hausa tribe of northern Nigeria, West Africa. So there is a very intelligent proverb that is native to the Hausa community. For those who are learned in Hausa literacy, you will find it up there. You can easily read and interpret. But for the general public who are majorly non-speakers of the Hausa language, let me quickly run the interpretation for you. The interpretation simply is whatever there is inside a chicken, the hawk has been familiar with it for a long time. Whatever there is inside a chicken, the hawk has been familiar with it for a long time. The Yoruba people will say, kò sí ohunkóhun tí ń bẹ nínú òròmọdìyẹ tó jẹ́ àdìtú fún àṣá. Kò sí ohun kankan tí ó ń bẹ nínú òròmọdìyẹ tó jẹ́ àdìtú fún àṣá. What does this mean? What wisdom does this teach? What is in this for you to learn? What is in this for me to learn? What is the common sense that is in this proverb? The common sense simply means, or rather, the common sense is simply there is nothing complicated to you that is not so simple for another person. We are not the same in this world. We have different intelligence, different level of intelligence. We have different areas of specializations, and no matter how knowledgeable each of us is, there is an area of life where we are ignorant. So life is such that what appears so complicated, what appears as an enigma to somebody, that is a very complicated thing, a very difficult thing to unravel, is the simplest thing in the world to another person. What appears as a mystery to the dog, what appears as a mystery to other animals, that is the internal components of a chicken, is nothing mysterious to the hawk. The hawk has been familiar with it a long time because that is what it feeds on almost every day. So, what am I trying to say? Whichever problem you have, whichever challenge you are faced with, no matter how complicated it looks to you, no matter how unsolvable, how, invisible, how dreadful it looks like, no matter how formidable it looks like, there is somebody outside there who will look at it and understand all that there is about it. There is an expert out there who, when he looks at it, he knows where the problem is and he knows the solution. That is how life works. I can remember there was a time I was using a small Nokia phone. And so the phone developed a fault. And the fault was that when you put a SIM card, it will not read the SIM card. It will still write insert SIM. So a friend of mine who was a classmate and who happens to be knowledgeable about phone repair and things like that. He saw it and told me immediately. He said, go and change the battery. I was like, how? What does the battery have to do with insert SIM? It must be that something has gone wrong with the SIM port. What relationship will the battery ever have with SIM problem? That's what I thought. I didn't even care to do what he said. So I took the phone to an engineer. The engineer collected it from me and asked me to come back. I went back when he told me to come back. He just gave me the phone back. He said, I have fixed it. This is how much you will pay for the fixing. But however, you will still have to change the battery. I have fixed it. I have done what is wrong with the phone. But now you still have to change the battery so that it can work perfectly. And if you care to buy from me, I also sell battery. So I had to pay twice. I paid for a service that was not done. And I also paid for a new battery. If I have this knowledge that I'm sharing with you, maybe I would not have fallen into this pit. So something now happened afterwards. An elder brother of mine who was using a similar phone, his phone developed the same fault. I told him, I said, go and change the battery. He said, how? How? What does the battery have to do with this problem? I now explained to him. I said, this is the same way I reasoned when a friend of mine who is a phone engineer advised me to change the battery. I didn't listen to him. I went to meet an engineer who collected my money without doing nothing, without doing anything. So I said, go and get a new battery. As a matter of fact, I gave him, there is a specification of a type of battery that I was given. So I gave him the same specification. I said, get this type of battery. He got it and the phone was well without him visiting any phone repairer's shop. Whichever challenge you have in life, there are people of experience. The people who have grown in age and in experience. The people who have enormous wisdom as a matter of things they have been through. They are experts in different areas of life. Whichever area you have problem, talk to an experienced person in that area. Talk to an expert in that area. It may look unsolvable to you. It may look mysterious to you. But I tell you, there is nothing inside a chicken that the hawk has not been familiar with for a long time. There is nothing in that problem that looks complicated to you that an expert somewhere will not find as the simplest thing that has ever existed. So it's normal to be faced with challenges. It is normal to have problems you don't understand, things you cannot deal with, problems that appear unsolvable to you. But get this wisdom today. Talk to experts, talk to elders, talk to people of experience, talk to people of wisdom. They will interpret it to you, they will explain it to you, and they will give you the solution. It's a problem to you, it is not a problem to them. Thank you. See you on our next episode.